Hello, my name is Matt Wright, and I work with the Center for Academic Technology at Butler University. This month, on the Cat Video channel, I'd like to talk for a bit about improving accessibility in Moodle. Moodle itself is designed to be readily accessible to any user regardless of any visual or auditory impairment. When it comes to actual courses, however, special care needs to be taken that the resources and information you provide are readily available to everyone. In particular, I want to talk about two factors that, properly used, can make your course content more accessible to everyone: contrast and alt text. Moodle's own text is typically high contrast on its own, dark text on a light background. Moodle's text editor, however, provides you with a number of formatting options. If you've got information that you want to be prominent, there might be a temptation to use the highlight and text color tools to make text more noticeable. However, consider what happens when a student with a visual impairment tries to view something that, while colorful, may not have sufficient color contrast. A colorblind student may see this colored text like this. Rather than making it more noticeable, it's actually making the information more difficult to read than normal black on white text. A student with a stronger impairment who requires a screen reader, meanwhile, may not even be aware that this text is colored differently. It's possible to color your text so as to have sufficient contrast to be visible to colorblind students, but this still doesn't alleviate issues for students using screen readers. Instead of using color to draw attention to text, I recommend using these pre-made styles to make text larger and more prominent. A colorblind student will instantly notice the larger text, and there are no contrast problems to make reading more difficult. This has the added bonus of making the text more apparent to students with stronger impairments. A screen reader is capable of detecting what sort of text comprises a header and what comprises normal paragraph text, so students using screen readers will also instantly notice the prominence of this text. By using text size and formatting rather than color to highlight important information, you can see that it's a pretty simple manner to make sure all of your text is accessible. But what about images? If a student's impairment is such that they need to use a screen reader, they won't be able to determine what's in an image unless you specify that for them via alternative text, also known as alt text. Fortunately, Moodle makes this very easy. Anytime you insert an image in Moodle, you'll see this dialog box. You can use this Find or Upload an Image button to select which image you want, but before you actually insert it, you'll have this image description box. As a matter of fact, if you attempt to insert an image with nothing in this box, Moodle will remind you that an image with no description may not be accessible to everyone. Instead, simply type an appropriate description into the box. What's appropriate will vary from image to image, but the goal is always the same. You want students using screen readers to have the exact same information as the students who are viewing your image visually. Making content accessible can seem daunting at times, but it doesn't need to be. Moodle's very helpful about allowing you to quickly and easily make simple adjustments like these, and even though they're simple, they can make a big difference for your students.